Hey, it's Kim and I'm back with another video today where I'm going to be talking all about memory journaling. Yes, that is the topic of today's video. I feel like every time I turn on the camera, I'm confused, but I know why I'm here. And I hope that you are here to see a good video about planners and journals and all the things. So if you are not new around here, you may recall in my 2024 planner lineup, which I will have links for you, I explained that I got rid of my memory journal that I had started in 2023. I talked about how much I loved it. I talked about how amazing it was. And then I said, I'm not doing it for 2024, which doesn't make a lot of sense, conceptually. But the problem I saw was the fact that it's a separate planner or a separate journal, and to keep up with yet another one just for memories, for me, it just doesn't complement my lifestyle. So what I decided to do, and I'll give you just a little bit of a peek into this, in case you are not new. And if you're not, feel free to subscribe. We'd love to have you around here. So I would go back and fill in memories for myself. So this is not really like family specific memories, just memories of the things that I did, hanging out with friends, my third half marathon, just memories that I wanted to reflect back on later. And I still love the idea. I still love the time that I spent in this, but I just know that it would have caused probably a bit too much stress for me in this year if I tried to continue to maintain it for each week of the year. So I opted to do less of this and more of this. And by this, I mean more of doing some of that memory keeping inside of my daily planner. So this is the Sterling Ink Common Planner in the N1 size, which is comparable to Traveler's Notebook, standard Traveler's Notebook size. And I have it in a vertical layout. I'm just kind of going through that in case you are new here. So this is my daily planner. So this is the planner I use each and every day, multiple times a day. And what I have been doing since the start of the year is incorporating a lot more memories into my planner in general. And I kind of want to walk through how I'm doing that, how it's been different for me compared to last year, and give you some examples of how I'm doing that. So to start with, because I don't have that memory journal going on for 2024, I came to the realization when this year started that I need to actually make space, physical space in my actual planner and in my planning and journaling processes so that I could remember to include memories. So one example of how I have done that, this is a weekly spread from back in January, and I knew that I was supposed to be going someplace this week, and I knew that we would likely take photos, and I just wanted to print a photo to put it here. Turns out, that got canceled. So that didn't happen, but one of the ways I've been able to kind of make space in my planner is to literally save a spot for this memory that I wanted to keep and this memory that I wanted to record. So that's what I mean as a good example of making space to record those memories as life goes on. Like I said, this didn't happen. I don't have the photo to put here. I didn't even bother removing the Post-it note because whatever, it fills in the empty space. It's fine. So moving on, I don't actually have a lot of memories that I even keep on my weeklies. I do have one that I actually want to include while you and I are talking. And I'm going to just stick this in here. This is a adhesive tape roller from, I believe, Hobby Lobby, if I'm not mistaken. And this one, I've explained this before, I think in one of my previous journaling videos, but this one does leave those blue little dots on the adhesive, if you can see that. And what happens, so it leaves those blue little dots. And what happens if you are sticking this to something that's like transparent on the other side, or maybe thin paper, you will be able to see that through the paper. So I don't like to do that in those instances. But this one is not really a big deal because the other side has writing on it and you wouldn't be able to see the dots. Anyway, so this is a photo that I have in 15 different places, and it's monumental to me because my son actually posed for a picture with me, smiled in it, acknowledges that he took this photo because I swear for like the last 5 years, he's currently 12, for like the last 5 years, anytime anyone pulls out a camera, he's ducking, he's running, he is not taking a picture. He will not smile for a picture. So that is monumental to me, and this is why I have it documented in a million places in my life. I will likely come back and maybe write like a little blurb here. I will always and forever remember why this photo is here, but I may come back and write a little bit about it in case anyone else is flipping through my planners later on in life. And like I've mentioned previously, I don't mind if my kids look through my planners later on or whatever, because it is really documenting all of our lives. So the reason why I plan to put this here is actually because when I was doing this weekly layout experiment, that video I have linked down for you as well, I didn't fill up this space. So I knew probably early on in the week that I wasn't going to fill it up because by Tuesday I was just out for the count. So this task list, hardly anything got checked off and I didn't add to the task list. So I had decided that I would just fill in a photo there. And it so happened that this week we took this photo. That's where that's going. So that's why that's there. So I don't usually put memories and photos and things onto my weeklies, but I'll make the space and I'll make the room for that to happen if I know special things are happening in my life. So I'm not just delegating a specific place in my planner for these memories and for that journaling. On the other hand, or on the flip side of that coin, I do designate a spread after each month because I do like to highlight things that happened throughout our lives in that month. And they can be great, wonderful things. They can be not so great and wonderful things. I just do like to have that memory spread already established for each month. So that's an example where I do designate a specific place for memory keeping inside of my daily planner. I also have a video on how I set this one up, so I can have that linked for you as well. And I'm just using these little page flags to remind myself of where to flip through during this video. And another thing that I wanted to point out, or something that I've kind of adjusted to, is that I need to remember to collect the memories or to collect those items and the, I don't know, additional stuff that I want to memorialized. So basically I'm collecting as I go. So in life, I'm just collecting things. And a lot of times we're in the planner community, we kind of do that. Like if we go to a new restaurant, we might pick up the little card and have it documented in our planner somewhere. But that is something that you have to kind of, well, I've learned I have to like actively remember to do. I'm also a person who doesn't pull out my phone a lot at all. So I hardly ever remember to take photos. I'm still learning. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I do still have to actively try to remember to take photos on my phone. Will it actually happen? I don't know. So I had another sticky note here, as you may notice, and it says snowman photo. And this is where I wanted to put a picture of the snowman that my kids and my husband built on this day. This one was a snow day, an impromptu snow day. I don't think anybody thought that it would snow as much as it did. Certainly no one thought that we wouldn't have school. So that is something that I actually journaled about up here. And I use a stamp and it says plot twist. And I journaled about it. So this photo just goes right along with the information that I journaled about. So in this instance, I was collecting photos. So I was collecting as I go. And I knew that when I would have a minute to sit down and come back and add some things into my planner, that is where that snowman photo would go. I don't make it stressful. You know, it's not like at the end of each week, I have to come back and I have to absolutely put in all the photos from that week or write in all the blurbs or do all the stamping even. I'm not making this stressful. And that is a direct contrast to how I felt this was. I would feel stressed if I missed a week because that means I have to catch up on 2 weeks. And God forbid I miss like 3 weeks in a row. Can you imagine? I would just throw it out the window. Like I just wouldn't want to do it because it would cause me way too much stress. And I feel like that's not what this should be. You know, it should be fun. I would say the third and most important part of all of this memory keeping and memory journaling within my daily planner is to just make it fun. Make it interesting and make it fun. So another example that I have, I showed this in my February flip through video where a friend and I were talking about this McDonald's sauce that came out. And that same day, my husband brought home some of the sauce and some nuggets. So I just used actually the receipt from that purchase, which is really cute. It's like an anime type thing that McDonald's did on the back of the receipt. And then I stuck some scrapbooking paper on the other side and wrote a little blurb about it. So that's another way that I added memories. It's not a specific spot just for all the memories. I'm intertwining and interweaving when they actually happen. So that I just tipped right into here. And it's a fun little memory that I think about every time I flip to this page. Because I do actually often flip through my planners just to, browse. I think if you are a planner, you pretty much know. You probably do the exact same thing. So this next section, an example of collecting as I go. My husband and I went out on a date night to a new to us Mexican restaurant, and this little Mexican flag was stuck inside of the burrito bowl that I ordered, and I thought it was the cutest thing. And of course, I took it home because I knew that I was going to be putting it into my planner. So I want to, and will put this photo of us, stick that right in there. And then I'm just going to hand letter date night right here. And what color should I use? Green? I don't know. Maybe I'll use green. All right, so I'm going to use this green Tombow marker. It's Tombow 346, and it says the color is sea green, which I guess would imply a little bit of a blue hue, but that's okay. All right, so I don't even know how I'm going to write this. I don't know. Oh, that looks way too dark. Whatever, we're here now. So again, I'm just making it fun. Not making it a big deal, not making it an issue, not stressing out over the fact that this isn't the most perfect color that I would choose. I'm just going with it. So that is how I'm documenting that date night. I wanted to see like if it went through on the other side of the page. It did not. So that's cool. So that's an example of something I'm adding. I made the space for it. I knew I wanted to put it there. I collected the photos. I collected the little flag. And then I came back when I have a little bit of time to add it into my planner. And every time I flip to that page, it's going to be just a little surprise, a little treat, a nice little memory for myself. And this one is actually, I met up with a friend at Taco Bell. It was very impromptu, very last minute. Neither of us expected to do it, but it was really fun. And you have to love those kind of spontaneous meetups, especially because I work from home. So I don't really go out a lot. And anytime I do go out, like during the week, I have planned it. I've planned when I'm going out to run errands. I've planned all of that kind of stuff. So what I want to do is just stamp Taco Bell here. Nothing spectacular. I'm not even going to like space it out because like I said, it's not that big of a deal. I'll use some of the scrap paper to put the stamps on. All right, so I'm just going to stamp out Taco Bell, and I have these alphabet stamps from Amazon, I'm sure. I probably have them linked in my Amazon store if you are interested, but I'm pretty sure you can find them anywhere on Amazon. Like there's probably a million options to choose from. And if you do purchase from the link to my Amazon store, I greatly appreciate it. It is an affiliate link, so I do get a little bit of a commission when you purchase. FYI. So this is just an example of me filling in space. Because I had that space here, I also thought that I might stamp something down here at the bottom. I have not thought of anything to stamp at the bottom, so I may just leave that empty or leave it blank. Like, I don't have any stamps that I can think of off the top of my head that correspond with whatever I wrote on that page, or whatever I'm feeling, or whatever goes along with just the vibes of this entire spread. So I will likely, I think, leave that blank. That's also something else I am learning as I'm doing a lot more journaling and memory keeping inside of my planner and a lot more stamping, that it's okay to have like blank space or white space. It's definitely okay to have white space. Oh, and the stamp ink that I'm using, I use it in all of my planners for the most part. It's Versa Magic. And these are called the Dewdrops, Versa Magic Dewdrops. They are, I believe, chalk based. Yes, chalk ink. So they don't bleed through the thin Tomoe River paper. That's why I use them. And I put this blotting paper here, and it seems as though that has worked. So those are all the places that I wanted to update in my planner over the last few weeks. And those are all the things that I wanted to show you, examples of how I am memory keeping inside of my daily planner. And those top 3 things that I've learned, those top 3 keys that I've taken away throughout this entire process, is to make the space in my planner for all of these memories and for reflecting on all of those memories. And here is that February monthly spread, just like that January one. So those are areas where I made space specifically for it, but also throughout the weeks and throughout the days when I know I want to document whatever has happened during that time, I make sure to reserve a little spot or a little section where I can come back and do that when I have some downtime. So I made a space, and then I'm also collecting as I go. So I just collect little things that I can incorporate into my planner, little things that as soon as I see them, it's going to jog my memory and bring back those really nice memories and nice thoughts of what happened. And most importantly, the third thing would be to just have fun. Have fun. Just enjoy it. Don't take yourself too seriously. That's what I've learned for myself. Don't stress out about whether or not you journal. Don't stress out about whether or not I really did take a photo from that amazing girls' night that we had. Chances are I didn't take a photo. So I'd have to text one of the other girls to send me a photo. But anyway, just to make it fun, because I think that's all of what memory journaling is about. It's really about reliving those amazing moments and those amazing memories that you don't ever want to forget. So incorporating them throughout my daily planner has been really fun this year. It's been kind of eye-opening, a lot less stressful than keeping a separate memory journal was. And that's not to say that I'll never keep a separate memory journal in life. Maybe I will one day. I don't know. You know, when I have a lot more downtime or a lot more time that I can devote to weekly journaling all in one place, maybe I would. But for this season of my life, it just doesn't fit. This is what fits. This is what works. Just little glimpses of those beautiful memories that I want to reflect on. So there you have it. Thank you so much for following along with me on today's video, all about memory journaling at a nice, easy, relaxed, cool, and calm pace. Thank you so much again for following the video. I'll have all of the videos that I mentioned linked up in the cards, but also I'll have the playlist linked in the description box, along with a link to my Amazon store in the description box if you need it. I appreciate you so much for being here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.